Scott with Austin Pond RX, and this is our first episode of Ponds Gone Wrong. The pond itself is built, it looks real nice, everything is here. What you don't see is underneath all this, it was constructed with limestone. So everything on the top is great, looks great, but one thing about limestone is limestone underwater creates this green water. You can barely see 2 inches into the ground. So we're here today to provide a bacterial service on the biofalls and to install a new product called the IonGen, which is, I guess, 100 times better than UV lights. It doesn't mess with the bacteria in the water. It just clarifies the algae, crystal clear water, beautiful ponds. This part of the pond right here is called the biofalls. This is where the oxygen will enter the pond from the skimmer. The skimmer is located back here in the back. The shade coverage for this pond is adequate. The plant coverage for this pond is decently. Some of these plants, like this right here, they need to be put in the ground just a little bit deeper. That's not very good. This plant right here, this canna, the plant placement is okay. I recommend putting pea gravel on top of the dirt, not to disturb the dirt and get the dirt in the water. Over here is a bog filter. Some of these plants right here actually need to be cleaned out. The dirt on these plants don't need to be there. They could just be put straight into the rock. But the main issue on this pond is you can't see 2 inches into the water. This is inside the skimmer box. This is just nasty. Ponds that are built by MrWaterfalls.com do not look like this. This is a quick release valve, so if the pump does ever go wrong, this actually could be unscrewed and the pump could be replaced within a matter of minutes. So the plumbing actually does look good on this job. It's just the quality of water is just not very good. The tools used for this job, I use a saw, but you could buy a regular PVC saw and do it by hand. But I do so many of these that it only makes sense to go power. There will be water backed up in this line, so I will cut this line. It will drain water, and then I'll come back and assemble the IonGen on that as soon as the water's done draining. So what comes in the IonGen? What is the IonGen? IonGen is an electronic pond clarifier. This thing uses less than $1 of energy a month. This is what does all the work for your pond. Since this is actually taking longer than I was expecting it to drain, what I'm going to do here is just a little trick. I'm going to put the shovel right here, and I'm going to turn the pump on. Now cutting this 2-inch pipe with a handsaw, it is a workout. This is almost like a steel belted tire. It's pretty tough to cut, but what I did was I cut the sections enough to fit the IonGen, which will sit in there just like this, with the prongs going this way. For this job, we are using Weld-On 721 PVC. This is the blue. This is primer and glue, already ready to go. Okay, the IonGen is completely installed. This is part one. I've turned the waterfall back on to make sure there are no leaks in my pipe. No leaks in the pipe are present. The next step for the IonGen, there is this piece right here. It's got a clasp on one side and the electrical sockets on the inside. It will match up with the very top piece on that. The IonGen does not plug straight into the wall socket. It does come with this piece right here, which will plug in to this piece right here. Screw it on. This is the biofalls. This is where most of the beneficial bacteria live. They live here in these mats. They live on the rocks in the pond. Right here, this is a bag of lava rock. You can buy a bag at your local Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever sells lava rock. It's maybe about 15 pounds of lava rock. This also goes right here. Right here in the biofalls. I'm pretending that this is this pond. I'm pretending I just built it today. I know it's green and all that, and I'm putting all that aside, and I'm going to treat it just like I would be treating a very first installed pond. The very first thing I do before I turn the pond on is I add gel, filter pad, bacterial inoculant. This stuff stinks. You can smell it before you even open the container. It stinks. It's really bad. Oh. And I'm just going to squirt it all over the rocks and pad. Add just a little bit of water, wash it into those rocks. I will wait about 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours, letting this product sit in there.